Schrödinger's item. An item which is both in the ground and in the air at the same time. This is a phenomenon that occurs when you throw an item and place a block at its position. It has to be encased with blocks from all four sides, as well as having a block below it. It's not even consistent though. For my testing, it only happens about 30% of the time. Before we dig deeper into the mysteries of this unusual mechanic, let me describe just how bizarre it is. First of all, the item cannot be picked up when surrounded by 8 blocks like so. It can be picked up from the corners, but not from above, which is bizarre considering the fact that it continuously jumps up and teleports back. It is also worth mentioning that this only occurs on servers, and when we get into how it works, you will understand why it doesn't work in single player. Now then, how and why does this even happen? When you place a block inside an item, it usually just pops out, either to the side or to the top. However, sometimes that isn't the case. You see, in older versions of Minecraft, if the item had to cover only a 1 block distance, it would just straight up teleport to the top of the block. However, somewhere in the process the code has changed, and now the items either weirdly pop up or just shoot out of the block, with the other option being a lot less common. But where's the issue? The issue emerges when we start looking at how servers work. This is going to get a bit technical, but bear with me, as it is going to help you understand this phenomenon much better. In a single player world, you only have the client handling all of the things happening in your world. However, in multiplayer, you have the server controlling all the inner workings, and the client, which receives information from the server and displays it on your screen. A great example of this are plugins, which are always server-sided, and mods like Optifine or HUD mods, which are client-sided. The server sends packets to our client, which are essentially bits of information which tell your Minecraft how to display things on your screen. Now that we got the technical stuff out of the way, let's look at how the Schrödinger's item behaves server-sided and client-sided, respectively. So for some reason, the item sometimes glitches out, and when you place a block there, the server gets confused and doesn't move the item at all. So from a server-side point of view, the item is just vibing inside of the block. The client doesn't have it that easy though. The client knows that when it receives a packet with an item being in the same position as a block, it has to make it bounce up. And so it does. Every couple of ticks, the client thinks, right, the item is still inside this block, and so I will make it go up. And then when it receives the same information again, it teleports the item back. And the whole cycle repeats. As for why you can't pick up the item, unlike breaking blocks or opening your inventory, entities and their behavior is completely server-sided. And that's why if you have 2 players standing right next to an item, the one who picks it up is the one with lower ping. The item is actually at the bottom of this block, and trying to pick up a Schrödinger's item is equivalent to trying to pick up an item while being 1 block higher. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and as my content is completely different every video, if you enjoyed this type of videos, please let me know in the comment section, as finding out how this strange phenomenon works was really fun for me. Also, consider subscribing, as it does help out the channel a ton. With that out of the way, see you next time.